the thing that concerns Urban Meyer the most. For those that did not read your column, what was that about, Bruce?
Yeah, so I didn't set out to do this story this way, but after talking to a lot of players around the program, we talked about, basically, he has this program called Real Life Wednesdays, and it's something he's been doing for a while, but it's really evolved, and quite honestly, he's evolved in the last few years. And so what you get is a lot of kids had said, these issues that are much bigger than just, hey, we're going to win some football games, becomes to whether it's depression or things like anxiety. They're now realized that there's seen enough horror stories that have come out that it's like, hey, are we doing enough to address these issues with our players? And so, I went back, I think I had visited Ohio State maybe 5 years ago, and Urban Meyer's strength coach, who was the same guy who was with him at Florida, had told me, he's like, when Urban comes back from a vacation or wherever, he's got an arm full of all these ideas, how to make, things they can do that maybe will make them better players. And when I brought that up to Urban, the other day, the big thing was, it used to be basically like 80-20 was all football and the 20% was the other stuff. Now it's all about all the other stuff, and it's a really fraction of it. It's flipped, is the football part. And that's what he's consumed by. And so when you talk to people close to him, they'll say, well, when he went home or when he went on a recruiting trip this winter, he gets overwhelmed by hearing about things like the opioid crisis that's, racked the area where he's from. And so I think there becomes part of him where what's unique, I think, about Urban, I can say this is from being around a lot of different other programs, that we go in to cover games on. He's got cable news on all the time when you're in his office. And, that can certainly be mind-numbing. And the players you talk to were like, well, you know what? He has certain views that may be in line with some of those people he sees on TV. But then he knows us, and he trusts us, and he has this relationship with us. And when we bring these experiences to him, he's become very open, and they think it's actually changed him and certainly changed his perspective. And that's what's so different because, you see a tragic story like Tyler Helinski, the quarterback at Washington State, who had taken his own life this winter. That was a big deal, not just around, that community. That was a huge deal all around college sports. And Urban Meyer's trying to figure out what can we do to address these things.
It's a great piece on SI.com.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.